Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Jagiri Varadhari Jagiri Jayagiri Varadhari. Fine. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari. Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana. Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava 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 Jaya Kunja Bihari Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotra Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Shri Abhay Charanarvinda भक्तिवेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन विबड़ी संस्थापक आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोदरक श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ, श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड, गिरि गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, गंगा माई की, जमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी की, कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायिनी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की, कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। श्री श्री राधा नील माधव भगवान की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur-onmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. So yesterday we discussed about Sita Devi being searched for by Hanumanji, and Sita Devi is right under this Shimshuka tree. Hanumanji is sitting on top. He observes Ravana coming and threatening Sita Devi. And Sita Devi, being true to her word, her integrity to Lord Ram, she chastises Ravana in very heavy and very powerful words. Ravana steps back, completely helpless, depending on his Rakshasi soldiers to convince Sita Devi to change her decision. And he abandons that place and goes back to his palace. When Ravana departs, Sita Devi is going through deep introspection. 13 years, Lord Ram, Lakshman, and Sita spent between Chitrakoot, Janasthan, and Panchavati. In the last year, Ravana kidnapped Sita. Now Sita has spent almost 10 months with Ravana in Lanka. Lord Ram is separated from Sita for last 10 months, and 2 more months remain for the 14 years to be over. It's a race against time, because Bharat Maharaj has also taken a vow. If Lord Ram delays to come back to Ayodhya even by one single day, he will commit suicide. Here, Sita Devi is also becoming hopeless. And now, in this verse, 5:26:5, Sita Devi is praying and considering her situation. Nahi me jeeviten artho, nahi me jeeviten artho, naivarthena cha bhushanaihi, vasantya rakshasi madhye, Vinaramam Maharatham. She's saying, Vasantya, I'm living Rakshasi Madhye. In the last 10 months, I'm surrounded by these Rakshasis. I'm living in the midst of these Rakshasis and Vinaramam Maharatham, away from Lord Ram. And in this situation, Nahi me, I do not see neither Jiviten Artho, my life does not have any meaning. Arthena, riches do not have any meaning. Bhushanaihi, ornaments do not have any meaning. Because all of these only have meaning in the association and the presence of Ram. If Ram is not there, then this has no meaning at all. And therefore I am feeling hopeless. And therefore, Sita Devi, in this state of hopelessness, then gets one more doubt. And that doubt is with respect to Lord Ram's not yet coming in search for her. That Ram who could defeat 14,000 Rakshasa soldiers in Janasthan in one moment, why has he not yet come? When Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman were in the forest, one day Sita looked at Ram in Chitrakoot and she made a comment. My dear Lord, I see that you are traveling with your bow and arrow. For last so many years you are carrying this bow and arrow, but I never see you use this bow and arrow. Will you ever use this bow and arrow, or is it just an ornament? So she just made a comment like that. And as soon as she made that comment, Lord Ram was agitated. That how is she saying like this? But Lord Ram did not respond, because Lord Ram felt, I will take my opportunity, and when the right time comes, I will make the response. And thinking like that, Lord Ram continued. And after the episode where Surpanaka's nose was cut off, 14,000 Rakshasa soldiers led by Khar and Dushan came attacking. And when they came attacking towards Lord Ram, Lakshman and Sita, Lord Ram turns towards Lakshman and says to Lakshman, the 14,000 Rakshasa army is coming. Lakshman says, my dear Lord, you go inside the cave, I will fight against them. Lord Ram says, no Lakshman, you go inside the cave with Sita, I will fight against them. Lakshman again turns to Lord Ram and says, my dear Lord, these 14,000 soldiers, these Rakshasas are below your dignity. I will fight against them. Ram said, no, I am going to fight against them. Lakshman says, my dear Lord, why are you so stubborn? Why don't you allow me to fight against them? Ram looks at Lakshman and says, my dear Lakshman, it is my family matter. I cannot explain to you details. I have to fight. And Lakshman goes inside with Sita Devi. Lord Ram starts fighting. As he fights for that next 1 hour, the speed with which he releases his arrows is such that nobody can even see from where the arrows are coming, where they are going, without even having one bead of perspiration. In that 1 hour, Lord Ram killed all the 14,000 soldiers, the Rakshasas, and was victorious. Sita came out from inside the cave with garland in her hand, offered that garland to Lord Ram, clapped her hands and said, my dear Lord, I am very glad that today my father was not here to see you demonstrate such chivalry, such valor. Lord Ram said, why? Sita said, if my father Janak Maharaj had seen you demonstrating such bravery today, he may have married my other 2 sisters also to you. So that was in Janasthan, and Sita had personally seen Lord Ram demonstrate such power in just 2 hours, in just 1 hour, destroying 14,000 Rakshasas. So naturally, Sita Devi has this doubt, and she expresses that doubt in the next verse. Rakshasanam sahasrani janasthane chaturdasha yenaikena nirastani samam kim nabhipadyate. She is wondering, Rakshasanam sahasrani chaturdasha. If 14,000 Rakshasas in Janasthan were killed by that Supreme Lord Rama, yena ekaina, single-handedly, nirastani, destroyed, sa mam kim na abhipadyate. Why is that personality, that chivalrous, brave personality, not manifested for the last 10 months? What is going on? Why is he not come here? Why has he not come to my rescue? And at that time, Sita Devi decides, if Ram is not coming to my rescue, my life is useless. I am hopeless. I will kill myself. And so she decides, I will take poison and kill myself. Then she thinks, where will I find poison? Neither Ram nor Lakshman know that I am alive. Maybe because of that, both of them may even have taken sannyas. Or maybe some demons have attacked them, killed them. The 2 months before the 14 years is over is too much. And anyway, at the end of those next 2 months, Ravana has taken a decision that he will kill me. So in these 2 months, either Ram comes and finds me out, or I get killed by Ravana. Better than that, let me use some weapons and kill myself. But from where will I get weapons? I cannot get weapons, so let me use my own braid and my own cloth and tie that cloth around this branch of a tree and hang myself to death. And as Sita Devi starts putting her the cloth around the branch and places that cloth around her neck and is about to kill herself, at that time Hanumanji is activated. Hanumanji is thinking, if Sita Devi commits suicide, what answer I will give to Ram? When Ram says, did you find Sita? And I tell him, yes, I found Sita. What did you do? I saw her kill herself. And Ram will say, what were you doing? Sleeping or what? So Hanumanji is activated. So Hanumanji, as an Acharya, has observed Sita Devi's Shraddha in Lord Ram. Sita Devi's Vairagya towards all of the opulences offered by Ravana. And Sita Devi's Samarpan to the mission of Lord Ram. When the Acharya sees that the Jiva is interested to come and take shelter of the Supreme Lord Ram, then the Guru or the Acharya manifests in the soul's life. And therefore, it is described, Amanistarite tomar iha agaman, Parama dayalu tumi, patita pavan. You have come to deliver me because you are patita pavan. Vedanishta madhye, ardhe ka veda mukhe mane, Veda nishiddha papa kore, dharma nahi gane. When one indulges in activities which one knows is sinful and still performs that, one is known as patita. Mahanta swabhava ei tari te pamar, nija karya nahi tabu, jatara ghar. The great souls travel around giving shelter to the conditioned souls, allowing them to take shelter of their lotus feet and connecting them to Krishna. And so here Hanumanji starts thinking, if I manifest in front of Sita Devi and Sita Devi thinks I am Ravana, and if she panics, she may lose grip on that cloth, and then if she loses grip on the cloth, she will kill herself. So my sudden manifestation may precipitate her death. And then, if she may not lose the grip, but she screams loudly by seeing me, the Rakshasis around who are sleeping will wake up. And therefore, I have to do something by which she will be protected and ultimately she will stop committing suicide. As Hanumanji was contemplating this, Sita Devi also started seeing auspicious symptoms around her. The auspicious omens indicated that Lord Ram or his presence is very close nearby. At this point, Hanumanji decides, I have come with the message of Lord Ram, and when the Jiva is in a suicidal state, that which can save and protect the Jiva is Rama Katha. Yes, in a state of hopelessness, in a state of helplessness, only the Rama Katha can help. And Hanumanji started thinking, should I speak the Rama Katha in Sanskrit? Ravana also speaks Sanskrit. Sita should not think that I am Ravana disguised in another form. What should I speak? Should I remain silent? If I remain silent, she will continue with her act of pulling herself down from the branch using that cloth and she will commit suicide. So if not Sanskrit, if not silence, what should I speak? I will speak in Avadhi Bhasha, because Sita speaks with Ram in Avadhi. And therefore, at this point, Hanumanji, he starts describing the glories and the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra in a beautiful voice. The next verse is Raja Dasharatho Nama Ratha Kunjara Vajiman Punyashilo Mahakirti Ikshvako Nam Mahayasha. So then he starts describing about the great king Dasharath, who had his army, was full of punya and great renown amongst Ikshvaku. So Hanumanji starts speaking Ramakatha, and as he speaks Ramakatha, he gradually comes down. And when he comes down the tree, Sita Devi sees him for the first time in a tiny, insignificant form. And at that point, Hanumanji introduces himself that it was Sampati who gave me the indication that across the ocean we can find you. And as a result of prayers, we have found you. And I have brought the message from Lord Rama. Sita Devi hears these comforting words from Hanumanji. Sita Devi hears about Lord Ram and his message. She gets some hope. She unwinds the cloth from around her neck, disengages that cloth from the branch of the tree, and she could immediately connect with Lord Ram, who's thousands of miles away. And at this point, Hanumanji is right in front of Sita Devi. But still Sita Devi has three doubts. Her first doubt is, am I seeing a dream? Is this a dream of somebody coming and giving me some hope that Ram has sent a message? Second, is this Ravana in the form of some kind of disguise? Or number three, has this person been sent by Ravana as an agent? So at this point, Hanumanji falls at Sita Devi's feet and asks her to accept him as a bona fide servant, messenger on behalf of Lord Ram. Sita Devi says, I will accept you on one condition. Hanumanji says, what is that? Sita Devi says, you have to describe Lord Ram's beautiful form. If you are able to describe Lord Ram's form, then I can believe it. Hanumanji immediately closes his eyes and starts meditating on the Rama Rupa, the beautiful form of Lord Ram. And he describes the beautiful form which he saw when first Hanumanji meets Sugriva at Kishkinda at Rishyamukha Parvat. He describes the beautiful form of Ram as he always saw him embrace his devotees. And then, after having described the form of Lord Ram, Sita Devi was convinced that Hanumanji is indeed a bona fide associate of Lord Ram. Sita Devi looks at Hanumanji and then she says, all of you monkeys, the Vanaras, how could they connect with Lord Ram? Because one can only connect with Ram if they go through Sita. Because when you approach Lord Ram, you say, Sita Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. It is through Shri, who is Sita or Sita Ram. So Sita is saying, I am here in Lanka. Lord Ram is in Kishkinda. How could Sugriva and yourself meet Ram in the first place in my absence? So Sita Devi starts getting doubt. And what is her doubt? Is my seva redundant? Even in my absence, people are able to connect with Ram? So Hanumanji looks at Sita Devi and says, my dear Sita Devi, It is not that in your absence we could meet Lord Ram. It is only because of your presence we could meet Ram. Sita says, what presence? So, आप थोड़ा help कीजिए. You can help. So, this is a very important point, that how could someone connect with Ram without Sita's presence? So at that time Hanumanji says, my dear Sita Devi, when you were being carried by Ravana in the Pushpaka Viman, and you were struggling and fighting to free yourself from the strong grip of Ravana, at that time you saw a bunch of monkey soldiers below, and from the top you threw a whole bunch of jewelry in your cloth. That bunch of jewelry fell in the Rishyamukha mountain, and Sugriva and some of us received those jewelries. It is because of that jewelry that very soon we had the darshan of Lord Ram. So our ability to meet Lord Ram was facilitated by your jewelry. So you are only responsible for that. And hence, may you have full confidence that all of your sorrows will come to an end now. I have a ring which has been sent by Lord Ram, so that you have the trust that I am a bona fide associate sent by your husband Ram. Next verse. Pratyayartham tavanitam. Pratyayartham tavanitam. Tena dattam mahatmana. Samashvasihi bhadram te. Kshina dukkha phalatvasi. So, Mahatmana, that Mahatma or Rama, Tena Dattam gave me. Pratyayartham. Pratyayartham means to be given to you, to convince you. And Anitam. And therefore, it has been given to me by him. I brought it with me. Samashvasiha bhadram te. Very soon, Samashvasihi means may all auspiciousness come in your life. Kshina dukkha phala. And may all of your dukkha be destroyed very, very soon. And so, now, Hanumanji had that ring in his hand. So now Sita Devi looks at that ring and she is in ecstasy. She wants that ring which is sent by Lord Ram, and she's awaiting to take that ring. Now Hanumanji is thinking, how should I give that ring? If Hanumanji gives the ring like this, then Hanumanji's hand is above and Sita Devi's hand is below. Hanumanji may be taking a superior position. So Hanumanji holds the ring in his hand, in his palm, and places that palm in front of Sita Devi. And Sita Devi picks up that ring from Hanumanji's palm. And Sita Devi looks at Hanumanji and says, you are not an ordinary monkey. Why? Because you have no fear and you have no excitement about Ravana. And then she says, this ring is very special. One time, it so happened that there was some argument between me and Ram. And because of that argument between me and Ram, we did not speak for a long time. And for many, many days we did not speak. And one day, I was sitting on this, jhula. And I wanted to really begin the conversation with Ram, so I dropped this ring. And when the ring was dropped, I started shouting, "Where is the ring? Where is the ring?" And Ram came and found the ring and gave it to me. And then we again started speaking. So this ring had become the cause of reuniting us then. It is again reuniting us now. So Hanumanji represents the Guru Tattva, where the Guru observes the Shishya or the disciple in 5 ways. When the Guru observes 5 qualities in the disciple, then the Guru becomes convinced that the disciple needs the shelter. The disciple is ready for shelter. The first quality is ekagrata or focus. The disciple has to be focused on the purpose, on the mission. Second is adhaya vashaya, which is to have faith and conviction that Lord is the only way. There is no other way except the Lord. Sarvabhauma upadeshe chhadi rajavesh ekale vaishnavaveshe kurila pravesh. And so Prataprudra Maharaj enters with the instruction and the permission and the blessings of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and comes in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, massages him. Prabhu kahe ke tumi korila morahit achambite asi piyao Krishna lila amrit. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces him and says, "Who are you? And why you are being so merciful to me? Purva seva dekhi tare kripa upajila anusandhan vina kripa prasada korila." Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had seen the previous seva done by Prataprudra Maharaj and had decided that this person is one-pointed, focused in becoming servant of the servant. And therefore, adhaya vashaya means to have conviction that Lord is the only way. Raja kahe ami tomar dase ranu das bhrityera bhritya kar ei mora ash. And the king says, "My dear Lord, I am the servant of your servant. I have no other aspiration. This is my only aspiration." And this kind of one-pointed aspiration on behalf of the disciple is very, very important. And that Hanumanji sees in Sita Devi, that she has no other desire apart from taking shelter of Lord Ram. Lord Ram is the only way. There is no other way. And I simply want to follow Lord Ram. Sometimes in the process of practice, we start getting other ideas also. And we start thinking, is it worth being so submissive, so serious? Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan. He saw one of his disciples. He was supposed to leave after 15 days, but that disciple continued staying in Vrindavan. And this disciple was thinking, I have been very active establishing Krishna consciousness in this continent, in that continent. Maybe some of you can you come ahead? I have been continuously active establishing Krishna consciousness in so many places. I am tired. Now I just want to stay in Vrindavan and do nice bhajan. And I know Srila Prabhupada will not like it and he will push me further. Go here, go there. But I am not going to listen to him. I will find a way out. So he had all these thoughts in his mind. So Prabhupada called him and he said, you were supposed to leave in 15 days. Now it's almost 1.5 months. You are still here. Why you are not going? He said, Srila Prabhupada, I am enjoying Vrindavan. Prabhupada said Vrindavan is for Krishna's enjoyment, not for your enjoyment. He said, Srila Prabhupada, where will I go? I have already established Krishna consciousness in the most prominent places. Where else I will go? Is there any place you feel I can go? Prabhupada said, yes, go to Sri Lanka and establish Krishna consciousness there. And his mind got bewildered. Sri Lanka? He had never thought about it. He looked at Prabhupada and said, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Lanka is a very small country. Meaning like I am so qualified. I am used to going to big, important countries. Sri Lanka. Srila Prabhupada, Sri Lanka is a very small country. Prabhupada said, okay, then go to Pakistan. He thought for some time and he said, I think Sri Lanka is better. He go to Sri Lanka and there he met one of the biggest atheists and defeats him. And he comes back and Prabhupada is so happy with his performance as a preacher that he publishes that entire conversation which he has with that atheist in Life Comes From Life book. So we have to be focused in our purpose. Ravana gave so many offers. Sita refused to accept. Ram is the only way. So that is Adhay Vasaya. Third, Adar. One must have respect towards one's Guru. Very important. Sita was respectful towards Hanumanji. Without that respect, nothing can happen. And so the entire spiritual life is nothing but a combination of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Respect for Guru means respect for sadhus. Respect for Guru and Sadhu means respect for Shastra also. Srila Prabhupada was on a morning walk. And then suddenly Srila Prabhupada turned around. This was Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj. And Prabhupada asked the question, why is Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead? One devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, because Gita says so. Prabhupada said, Gita, that's only a book. Prabhupada was like putting an argument. Then another disciple said, Srila Prabhupada, because you say so. Prabhupada said, I am an old man. I say so many things. And then everybody was quiet. And then Prabhupada said, when I chant Hare Krishna, I experience transformation from within. Therefore, I know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. 2 years later, Prabhupada was in another morning walk somewhere in North America. Again, Prabhupada asked the same question. Why is Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead? There was one devotee who was in that previous morning walk. He thought, I know the answer. And if I speak the answer, Prabhupada will appreciate me and my reputation in the midst of other God brothers will increase. As soon as Prabhupada asked, why is Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead? This devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, because when I chant Hare Krishna, I experience transformation, then I know Krishna is the Supreme. Prabhupada said, no, because Gita says so. And therefore, when we are talking about respect, it is not respect for person just as a personality cult, but because that person is following Krishna, Shastra and the Acharya Parampara. So all of that put together is responsible for us to follow them. And so Sri Rup and Sanatan Goswami, when they are offering the respects to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they say, Mlecha jati mlecha sevi kari mlecha karma go brahmana drohe sange amara sangam. A person becomes degraded or elevated because of three things. One's birth, one's occupation, and one's association. And so they are saying, we got degraded in all three ways. My dear Lord, we need your touch, your spiritual touch. वामन ये छे चांद धोरिते चाहे कोरे तैच्छे ei vancha more uthaye antare. And when the moonshine of your mercy touches us, we can be transformed. Aji Dohar, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiates them and he tells them that your name is Rupa and Sanatan. And he says, the first instruction I give to both of you, Dainya chhadi tomar dainya phate moraman, give up your humility. So this is the kind of respect Rupa and Sanatan had, that Lord Chaitanya had to tell them, you give up your humility because your humility is breaking my heart. So this is the third quality which a Shishya has, respect to Guru. Fourth is Anusuya. Sita Devi did not reject the message. Sita Devi did not doubt the message. Sita Devi did not twist the message. So when one is envious, there is a tendency to either reject, doubt, or to twist. And a disciple accepts the message as it is, without changing, twisting, doubting, rejecting. And that's extremely important. Mantrenanena devasya kuryadravymayim buddha saparyam vividhair dravyair desha kala vibhagavit. Dhruv Maharaj chants the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra along with the simple ingredients on the bank of Yamuna and worships the beautiful Shyam Sundar form made out of the mud of Yamuna. Kuryat dravyamayim buddha saparyam vividhair dravyair, and all simple ingredients which he gets from the forest, desha kala vibhagavit, as per time, place and circumstance, because he has total faith in Sri Narad Muni's words. Whatever words he hears from Narad Muni, he accepts it without any kind of envy. The fifth quality of a disciple is arati. Arati means one is in great distress, suffering. Arati, arto, suffering. In the separation from Guru, in the separation from Krishna, one is suffering. One thinks that every moment in separation from the Lord is like 1,000,000 yugas. Shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virhe name. And therefore one is feeling the heat and the pangs of separation in the absence of the Supreme Lord. Brindavana Govardhan Jamuna Pulinavan Sei Kunje Rasadika Leela Sei Brajer Brajajan Mata Pita Bandhugan Bada Chitra Ke Mane Pasarila. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, in Rath Yatra, while facing the beautiful deities of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra and dancing in transcendental ecstasy, in the midst of his associate, in that mood of Srimati Radharani and the gopis of Braj, he says, in the mood of Radharani, Brindavan, Govardhan, Yamuna, Pulinavan, Seikunje, Rasadika Lila, all of these you have forgotten? How could you forget and not come to Vrindavan, my dear Lord Krishna? Sai Brajer Brajajan, how could you forget Brajarvasis? Mata, Pita, Bandhugan, how could you forget your mother, your father, and your other relatives? Bada Chitra Kemane Pasarila. It is very astonishing that you broke all of our hearts like this. And so, a devotee in feelings of separation from the Lord is always experiencing difficulties and challenges. And hence, it is important that we always try to connect with the Lord as soon as possible. Sometimes people, they complain to us and say, why you are preaching Krishna consciousness to young people? It is not meant for youth. Bhagavad Gita is meant for old age. Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be a retirement plan, not to be taught to productive people. I was in the Mumbai airport and one gentleman, he cried out to me, Swamiji, Swamiji. I turned around, he looked at me and said, do you have Bhagavad Gita? I said, yes. Not here, but in temple. He said, I am thinking that now I am almost 80 years old. I should start studying Bhagavad Gita. Kya khayal hai aapka? I said, what do you do? He said, I am CA. I said, oh, chartered accountant. He said, no, complete aram. So one of the devotees joined Brahmacharya ashram at the age of 25, 26. So his father came and started fighting with me. Why my son has joined at this age? Is this the age to join ashram? When he is my age, he should join the ashram. I said, okay, let the son go, you join. He said, let me consult at home and come back. Next day he came and said, let my son continue. So here, Sita Devi is demonstrating separation from Lord even for a moment is so painful that one is constantly begging how to be reunited with the Lord. That's known as laulyam. So these are the different qualities which Hanumanji observes in Sita Devi, what a guru observes in a disciple. Ekagrata, which is focus. Adhevasaya, having no other distraction. Ada, respect to the guru. Anusuya, freedom from envy. And Arati, which is feeling great distress in separation from the Lord. All said and done, Sita Devi still has this nagging doubt. What is her doubt? Hanumanji, you mention that Ram and Lakshman are now with Sugriva in Kishkinda. That means Ram is safe. Hanumanji, you also say that Ram has not yet taken sannyas and Ram still has his bow and arrows with him. That means he is still in a fighting mood. Third thing, you say that Ram is very angry also. So if Ram is safe, angry and carrying weapons, plus I have seen in the past in Janasthan he was capable and he loves me also. Why has Lord Ram not come to my rescue? Jai Shri Shri Radha Nil Madhav Bhagwan ki. Why has Ram not yet come to my rescue? I am having this doubt. What is his intention? When Hanumanji hears this, he speaks this verse. My dear Sita Devi, this is what Ram is going through every moment. Nityam dhyana paro Ramo, Nityam shoka parayana, na anyat chintayate kinchit. na anyat chintayate kinchit satu kamavasham gatah. Lord Ram is kamavasham gatah. He is surrendered to the intense obsessive desire to be in your association and presence. Kamavasham. The desire to have you is too intense within him, and because of that, na anyat chintayate. He cannot think of anything else. 24/7 he is only thinking of you. And therefore, nityam dhyana paro and nityam shoka parayana. He is always in melancholy. He is always in grief. Always in a sad mood, in separation from you. I am telling you, my dear Sita Devi, I am witness to that. Therefore, be rest assured that it is not that he doesn't want to come, and therefore he is actually waiting for the right opportunity to come. So please have that faith. I have been sent as part of the plan to first identify where is Sita, if Sita is still alive, if yes, where is the geographical location where Ravana has placed Sita. With that mandate I have come. As soon as I go back and inform, Lord Ram will be here with his full fury, anger and weapons, along with the monkey soldiers, Vanara Sena. Sita Devi says to Hanumanji, my dear Hanumanji, Ravana has been making repeated offers to enjoy with me. I have rejected all of his temptations. I have chastised him heavily, but it is 10 months. And this conflict is going on for 10 months between Ravana and myself. Ravana is on the verge of losing all of his patience. He has given me only 2 more months. And if I do not accept his offer in 2 months, he will cut my entire body and limbs into small pieces and consume me. That is his threat to me. And therefore, I have also seen Ravana reject Vibhishana's and Vibhishana's family's various entreaties to release me and send me back. So I don't see any hope. Hanumanji says, I have an excellent idea. Sita says, what? Hanumanji says, jump on my back. I will jump across the ocean. Straight we will land in Kishkinda. You will be at Lord Ram's lotus feet within next 1 hour. How do you like the idea? Kali Yuga, everybody loves this idea. The Yuga of shortcuts. So Sita Devi hears this and she says, Ravana's soldiers are too huge. If they attack you when you try to take me, how will you protect me? Hanumanji says, size, no problem. And suddenly, from a small tiny size, Hanumanji grows and reaches the mountains, reaches the sky. And Sita Devi is looking bewildered. Hanumanji comes back to the small size, which is the height of Sita Devi's ankles. And Sita Devi looks at Hanumanji and asks, I have one doubt. Hanumanji says, what? Sita Devi says, what is your actual original size? I see you sometimes too small, sometimes too large. Do you have a regular size or what? So Hanumanji says, very interesting. He says, I am small and insignificant, but for the sake of mission, I can take any size. I can accept any position. To serve Lord Ram, I can do anything. In fact, we don't even need to discuss all this. I can pluck Lanka from the middle of the ocean and carry whole Lanka and place it in front of Ram so he can decide whom he wants to kill. He doesn't even have to come here. I will just take it and place it right in front of Ram. So humility means that we consider ourselves small, but we are sincere, committed. Along with our sincerity and commitment, we have dependence and faithfulness on Lord and His devotees. At this point, Sita Devi looks at Hanumanji and she says, if you carry me across the ocean and I am looking down at the ocean sitting on your back, I may look at the ocean, I may become nervous because of the heights and seeing the ocean, and my mind may start reeling. I may topple off and fall. Hanumanji says, the ocean is your father because you were born from Samudra Manthan, Lakshmi Devi. And therefore, how can you become afraid by seeing your father? It's not possible. You will never become afraid on seeing your father. Sita Devi says, actually, Hanumanji, I don't like to touch Parapurush. You are a Parapurush, how can I touch you? Hanumanji says, I am your son. Son can carry mother. What's the problem? Sita Devi is not having any more arguments. So Sita Devi says, Hanumanji, the reality is, I want to protect my husband's reputation. Hanumanji says, what is your husband's reputation? What is the problem? Sita Devi says, I don't want people in future to say that a Rakshasa kidnapped Sita and a Vanara helped Sita escape back. What was the husband doing? He was sleeping or what? His responsibility was to do something, right? Rakshasa comes and commits the crime and Vanara saves. This is not good. Husband should be responsible. He should also be active. So I want Lord Ram's reputation to remain intact so that in future nobody should criticize Ram. And therefore I am willing to go through this pain further just to make sure that Ram has a blemishless reputation. Then, I also want the future generations to understand a very important principle. That when we are in calamity and crisis, there may not be a solution. At that point, there is no point using one's brain, using one's idea. Ideas can help solve problems and manage difficulties. But ideas cannot help resolve crisis and calamity. In crisis and calamity, one has only to be dependent on the Supreme Lord, helplessly, hopelessly, and depend on His mercy. And therefore, when future generations are in calamity, they should remember how Sita, in spite of having the power and the ability, she agreed to be in a helpless, dependent state. In Mithila, there was Mahesh Chapa, the Shiva Dhanush, which was so heavy, 5,000 Kshatriya soldiers had to lift it. When they would lift that Shiva Dhanush, they take 2 steps. It was so tiring, they had to keep that Dhanush down, and the 5,000 Kshatriyas had to take a break for half an hour. And then they would get more energy, then they could lift it and take it further 2 steps. That is how heavy it was. And it was kept right in the main palace of Janak Maharaj. One day Sita, along with her friends, was playing. The friends were outdoors. They came in and told Sita Devi, there are a bunch of flowers we want to pluck, but it's up there in the trees. We are not able to reach. Can you help? Sita said, I've got that dhanush in my father's palace. I think it will be the perfect instrument to pull the branch down. I will pull the branch down, you pluck the flowers. So Sita, at the age of 6, enters into the palace, lifts that Shiva dhanush with her left hand effortlessly, goes and pulls the branch down. The friends pluck the flowers. Sita comes and keeps that dhanush back. The ministers who see this sight, they get a heart attack and fall on the ground. And how can Sita lift this Shiva dhanush, which requires 5,000 soldiers to lift? They come and report to Janak Maharaj. We saw something astonishing. Janak Maharaj said, what? Sita lifted that Shiva dhanush with her left hand. Janak Maharaj looked at them and said, are you drunk or what? Are you intoxicated? How is it possible? He said, no, we saw. Janak Maharaj comes to Sita and says, Sita, why did you lift that dhanush? She said, but I kept it back safely. Everything is okay. Janak Maharaj looked at Sita and said, you lifted it? She said, yes. Janak Maharaj gets very, very worried, thinking, how will I marry Sita to anybody? If her arms are so powerful that she could lift that Shiva dhanush with her left hand, tomorrow, if she embraces her husband, he should not become chutney. The husband should be at least powerful enough to match her strength of her arms. So he was forced to declare that only that person can become husband who can lift this Shiva dhanush and string it. As part of that competition, Ravana had also participated. And Ravana could not lift that Shiva dhanush. Which proves what? Sita Devi's arms were more powerful than Ravana's. So when Ravana came to kidnap Sita, all Sita had to do was give a slap. That one slap would have taken off all the 10 heads of Ravana. That would have ended the story of Ramayana there only, in Panchavati. But then Kathakars would not have enough to speak. So Sita Devi mercifully kept a lot of engagement for us. And she also wanted to demonstrate that the purpose of Ram Avatar is to demonstrate helpless dependence on him. And so Sita Devi looks at Hanumanji and says that actually I want to demonstrate that dependence on the Supreme Lord. And so I will not come with you like that. And so she describes in the next verse. Yadi Ramo Dashagrevam Iha Hatva Sabandhavam Mamito Grihya Gaccheta Tattasya Sadrisham Bhabet. It will be perfect if Lord Ram comes here and Dashagrivam iha hatva sabandhavam destroys Ravana along with his family members. Mam ito gruhya gachet, and from here he takes me back. That is what I would actually wait for. And so she says, Sundari Raghunathasya surastri dukkha shantaye dashananasya bhavane dashamasan. So she is also very conscious, and she says, my dear Hanumanji, if I sit on your back and jump, you jump across and you save me, I will be saved. But what about the millions of other queens and princesses and women who have been kidnapped forcibly by Ravana from different parts of the universe and kept here in Lanka? What will happen to them? Who will save them? Therefore, I want to make sure that I will suffer till Lord Ram comes to save me, protect me, and in that course, he will also save those ladies. That's why I want to stay here. So Sita Devi is an embodiment of compassion. Para dukkha dukhi. And at this point, Sita Devi looks at Hanumanji and says, my dear Hanuman, you have accomplished something which no one can. You have performed a service no one can perform. You have done a seva which even my husband Ram and even Lakshman and even Garuda or any of the others cannot perform, which is jump across this ocean and come without being noticed right in front of me. Hanumanji, only you could do that. Only you, nobody else. If someone glorifies us like this, our ego is in ecstasy. Externally we say, no. Not like that. Internally we think, perfect. They have understood us perfectly. So when Hanumanji is glorified, it is a test of his humility. And Hanumanji responds to Sita by saying, Mat vishishtascha tulyascha santi tatra banaukasa matta pratyavarah kaschit nasti sugriva sannidhau. My dear Sita Devi, in this army of Sugriva, not even a single Vanar soldier is inferior to me. They are either equal to me or superior to me. So Sita may say, as per social protocol, everybody will say like that only. Very few are so shameless who will say, no, you are right. Let me record it also. Socially, everybody will say, no. So Hanumanji says, I am not accepting based on social protocol. I am telling you facts. Aham tavat iha prapte kim punarte mahabalaha nahi prakrishta preshyante hi tare jana. My dear Janki ji, I have been sent as a messenger. And now you will see what kind of havoc a messenger from Sugriva's army can perform. If a messenger can destroy the whole Lanka, just imagine when the real generals come, what will happen? I am not even a bona fide soldier. I am a messenger. Who is sent as a messenger? Who cannot do too many things? Go and give this message and come. So I have been sent as a messenger. So imagine if messenger can do so much, what will happen if the actual generals come? And in this way, Hanumanji demonstrates his humility to Sita Devi. So Hanumanji is in tears to hear Sita Devi's conviction that she will continue waiting for Lord Ram to come. She is willing to forego her safety just to protect Lord Ram's reputation. At this point, Sita Devi says, Hanumanji, now that you are returning back to Lord Ram, now that you have observed me, now that you have heard my message, I want to give you two tokens. One is verbal and second is physical. The verbal one, first pastime, when Jayanta, the son of Indra, took the form of a crow and tried to attack me, Lord Ram took a grass as Brahmastra and which chased Jayanta all over the universe and finally took away his one eye. The second is, once Lord Ram came late from the palace, and then I asked him, why were you late? And he said, I was busy. And I said, I don't think you were busy. You are just trying to avoid me, and that's why you're late. And I'm going to now punish you. And I took some flower garlands and tied Ram's hands. And in this way, we had this kind of a pastime which only two of us are aware. So when you narrate these pastimes, Lord Ram will be convinced that you actually met me, because nobody else knows this pastime. Then, physically, I will give you this chudamani, this beautiful jewel on my head, which I always carry, which has been given by my mother. This also you give as a gift to Lord Ram. And along with that, my dear Hanumanji, please give my message to Ram. That is the next verse. Jivitam dharayashyami. Jivitam dharayashyami. Masam dasharathatmaja. Urdhvam masanna jiveyam. Satyenaham bravimite. Aham bravimi, I speak to you, my dear Ram. Satyena, the truth. What is that? Jivitam dharayashyami. I can hold my life. For how long? Masam. Only 1 month more. Beyond that, urdhvam masam na jiveyam. Beyond 1 month, I cannot maintain my life. So now, Ravana had given deadline of 2 months. Now Sita Devi has shortened the deadline and giving deadline to Hanumanji only 1 month. So Lord Ram has to come and take care of Sita and kill Ravana, everything within 1 month. So this is like a very big challenge, because as of all of us are aware that it was a major, challenge for Lord Ram to do all of these things instantaneously, because everything was taking time. So here we find that Sita Devi has expressed her desire very clearly. Only 1 month. Hanumanji prepares to return, but then he thinks that before returning as a servant of Lord Ram, I must identify the strength of Ravana. I must identify the strength of his army. I must check out the entire installation of Lanka, because so far I only saw Lanka at night. I did not see in day. So I must do something by which I get audience of Ravana. If I request audience for Ravana, to get king's appointment will take time. I must do something by which the king himself calls for my appointment and calls for my audience immediately. I have to do something like that. And therefore, at this point, he thinks like this in the next verse. Karye karmani nirdeshte yo bahunyapi sadhayet purva karya virodhena sakaryam kartum arhati. So he says that a real servant is one who not only fulfills what has been given to him, but he also does that which has not been given. Beyond that. Yo bahunyapi sadhayet purva karya virodhena. That means he accomplishes more without putting in jeopardy what has been accomplished. It's not that in the effort of doing more, he blunders what is already there also. No, he does that also. So therefore, sakaryam kartum arhati. And at this point, Hanumanji, he decides that the most favorite for Ravana is this Ashoka Vatika. And let me destroy this. And at this point, Hanumanji decides, I am going to destroy Ashoka Vatika. And he starts pulling off the trees, starts destroying that Ashoka Vatika. The reports come to Ravana, and he sends 80,000 soldiers along with Akshay Kumari's son. And finally, Hanumanji grows in size to such an extent. And after growing in size, Hanumanji just lies down on the 80,000 soldiers, sleeps on them, and kills all of them, including Akshay Kumar. Finally, Indrajit has to come, and then Hanumanji allows Indrajit to tie him up, because now he wants to actually come in front of Ravana. So he thinks, oh, Indrajit will bring me in front of Ravana. So agrees to do that. In the meantime, the Rakshasis look at Sita and say, you were talking to that monkey? And Sita said, no, which monkey? I was trying to chase him away. So why Sita Devi spoke a lie? So it is described that one can speak a lie as per Vedic system in 5 conditions. Many people are very interested to hear this. When is a lie bona fide? First, Vivaha Kale, to save a marriage. Second, Rati Samprayoge, in loving affairs. Prana Tyage, to save life. Sarva Dhana Apahare, to save the wealth from being stolen. And Mitrasya Cha Arte, to protect a friend in danger. So therefore Sita Devi said like this. Indrajit catches Hanumanji and brings him in front of Ravana. When Hanumanji looks at Ravana for the first time, he is really impressed by Ravana's personality. And he thinks Ravana has everything except devotion to Ram. If only he becomes a devotee of Ram, how influential he will be. That is how devotees always thinking. How to preach Krishna consciousness. So what does Hanumanji say? This verse says, Hanumanji looks at Ravana and says this, Aho Rupam Aho Dhairyam Aho Sattvam Aho Dyuti Aho Rakshasa Rajasya Sarva Lakshana Yuktata. Aho Rupam, oh what a beautiful form. Aho Dhairyam, what kind of courage he has. Aho Sattvam, what power. Aho Dyuti, what brilliance. Rakshasa Rajasya. Sarva Lakshana Yuktata, he is filled with all qualities, all glorious qualities. And at this point, Ravana looks at Hanumanji. He can't believe that a monkey could create havoc in Lanka. How is it possible? He's still coming to grips with this shock. And at that time, Hanumanji looks at Ravana, and Ravana asks him, who are you? What is your identity? And Hanumanji answers this question in the next verse. Satyam Rakshasa Rajendra Shrunushva Vachanam Mama Ramadasasya Dutasya Vanarasya Visheshataha. O Rakshasa Rajendra, O king of the Rakshasas, I speak the truth. Shrunushva, hear me. Vachanam mama, my words. And what are my words? I am Ramadasasya Dutasya Vanarasya Visheshata. So that Visheshata is very important. He is not saying, I am a Vishesh Vanar. He is not saying, I am an extraordinary monkey. He is saying, I am an ordinary monkey here on an extraordinary mission. I am ordinary, but my mission is extraordinary. In the service of Rama, Dasasya and Dutasya. The person I serve, he is extraordinary. His order, his mission is extraordinary. That is Visheshata. But I am simply his servant. An ordinary Vanara on a special mission. So Hanumanji is expressing this to Ravana like this. And so the next, at this point, Hanumanji now warns Ravana on why he should leave Sita immediately. Tatrikalahitam vakyam dharmyam arthanubandhicha manyasva naradevaya janaki pratidiyatam. Manyasva. I hope you will take my word seriously. Naradevaya. Right? You please return to the Deva amongst men. Janaki. Who? Janaki ji. Pratidiyatam. Give it back. Give her back. Why? Tat trikala ahitam vakyam. Because the words I speak will be beneficial for you in your past, present and future. And what I speak is dharmyam arthanubandhini, situated in dharma and artha. Just return Sita back to Ram. Janaki pratidiyatam. Please give back Sita. Please give back Sita. Please give back Sita. And then in the next verse he says, he could see that Ravana is thinking, how can I give back Sita? For 10 months I've been waiting to enjoy with the beautiful form of Sita. I'm obsessed with Sita. I'm lusty for Sita. I cannot give up that Sita till I enjoy with her. The power of lust, like the venom of a cobra serpent, had entered deep into Ravana's every pore and destroyed his discrimination, destroyed his intelligence. That's how lust or Cupid makes one stupid. Ravana had become totally obsessed with Sita. And so Hanumanji is telling him, Tadalam kala pashena Sita vigraha rupina Swayam skandha vasaktena Kshemamatmani chintyatam. So, tad alam, enough. Kala pashena. You are tying the noose of death. Sita, vigraha rupina. Arey, Sita is not a beautiful woman, Baba. She is the death noose. She has come in the form of death. You are tying that death noose around your own neck. Swayam skandhava saktena, and you're yourself tying it. Very enthusiastically. Wanting to kill yourself. Kshemam atmani chintyatam. Arey, worry about your own well-being. Think about yourself. Ravana represents a person who is extremely intelligent, extremely powerful, extremely influential. But under the influence of kama, lust, becomes so obsessed that he cannot hear anybody's advice. He cannot hear anybody's advice. Vinashakale viparita buddhi. And is totally confused in his choices. So at this point, Ravana becomes very angry that not only this monkey has destroyed this entire Ashoka Vatika and killed my son, he is giving me advice also. Ravana in a fit of anger says, execute this monkey. Vibhishan objects, no my dear brother, he has come as Ramadasasya Dutasya. He has come as a Dut. If somebody has come as a Dut as per treaties between kings, the messenger cannot be killed. It is not dharma. But the messenger's body parts can be harmed. That's bona fide. So therefore, we can deform the limb. Otherwise, if we kill the Duta, Ram and Lakshman will become so agitated, they will become invincible and they will be in such a fit of anger, we will lose the war. Ravana looks at Vibhishan and says, oh, good advice. You have spoken well. And since you say that the body parts can be mutilated, yes, I can see that the monkeys, they love their tail a lot. And so he says in the next verse, Kopinam kilalangulam ishtam bhavati bhushanam tadasya dipyatam shighram tena dagdhena gacchatu. Kapinam kilalangulam ishtam bhavati. Monkeys love their tail. Bhushanam, they think it's their ornament. Tadasya dipyatam shigram. I will put that tail on fire quickly. And once that tail is burnt, we will let him loose. Because he will lose his reputation only. Monkey without tail. Right? It is not the proper identity. When Sita was rescued, and then Ram and Vanar Sena brought Sita in Pushpak Viman, when they came right here, all of the ladies, the wives of the Vanar Sena, they came looking for Sita. Who's that lady for whom our husbands had gone for such an expedition? And when they came to Sita, one of the Vanara women, the wives of the Vanaras circumambulated Sita and came behind Sita and kept looking at Sita from behind. And then she shouted, no tail. No tail. I don't know why she's considered so beautiful. So Ravana was thinking, if I burn the tail, it will take care of this monkey. And that was his idea in burning that tail. So Hanumanji's tail was wrapped with cotton, and Hanumanji was very happy that let them burn my tail, and then I will use the tail as an instrument to burn the whole Lanka. That's how a devotee responds. Any situation one is put in, how to use that sampatti or vipatti in Ram Seva. And therefore, Hanumanji had one more thought. They are going to parade me through whole of Lanka, every street. I will know exactly the address of every location, which will help in the future. I saw last time at night, now it is in day. And then there was conch shells, bugles, drums, and Hanumanji with the tail wrapped around his, with the cotton wrapped around his tail was paraded first as an insult in the whole of Lanka. Women and the children, they came and glanced with eagerness. And the she-demonesses, Rakshasis, came to Sita and said, that monkey who was talking to you, they are going to burn his tail. And at that time, when Sita heard this, she was totally in great distress. And she started praying to Agni Dev. Yadyasti pati shushrusha yadyasti charitam tapaha yadi chastyeka pinat kapan yadi chastyeka patnitvam shito bhava hanumata. If I have been pati shushrusha, I have served my husband faithfully. Yadi asti charitam tapaha, and if I have practiced tapasya austerity and I have been loyal to him, ek patnitvam, if I have been absolutely loyal to him, shito bhava, may your touch, O Agni Dev, be cooling to Hanumanji. This is Sita Devi's prayer to Agni Dev. Then in the next verse she says, Yadi kinchit anukrosha tasya mayasti dhimataha yadi va bhagya shesho me shito bhava hanumata. Yadi kinchit, if there is any little bit of anukrosha, compassion, and bhagya shesho, if I have any remnants of luck, shito bhava, O Agnidev, become cooling to Hanumanji. And at this point, when Hanumanji's tail is put on fire, Hanumanji experiences that the fire is burning on my tail, but I am not feeling heat. I am feeling cool. And at that time, he uses his tail to start burning the whole of Lanka, left, right, and center. And then he says, Drishyate cha mahajvala karoti na cha merujam shishirasyeva sanghato langul agre pratisthitaha. At the tip of my tail, it appears like an ice block has been kept. That is how Hanumanji was feeling. Shishir asyeva sanghato, a piece of ice. Right? That's what I am feeling like. And at this point, Hanumanji was thinking that let me now destroy the whole of Lanka. And as he was burning the whole of Lanka, he burned the whole of Lanka, and when the entire Lanka was burnt and Hanumanji saw his fire of the tail still burning, he goes and dips it in the ocean and douses that fire. At that time then he quotes this verse. Sita ya andrishamsyena tejasa raghavasya cha pituscha mama sakhyena namam dahati pavaka. So Hanumanji is not thinking, I burnt Lanka, I destroyed Lanka with the fire. Hanumanji, in the mood of humility, is saying, why I could burn Lanka and why that fire did not burn me? It was because Sitaya Andrasham Sena. It is because of Sita's kindness, her prayers. Tejasa Raghavasya cha. It is because the power of Lord Ram. Pituscha mama sakhyena. My father, Vayu, has a very close, intimate collaboration with Agni. Both are startup founders. Because you cannot start a fire without Vayu. So both have to be together. So therefore, Pituscha mama sakhyena, Agni has close relationship with my father, Vayu. Because of this, Namam dahati pavaka. He is not saying, by my power, my tail did not burn. He is saying, no, there are other powers involved. Like that. And therefore, this is a very, very important thing. And the lessons from Hanumanji's burning of Lanka is the power of relationships between Agni and Vayu. When there are relationships amongst devotees, many other dependents can be saved. Second, Hanumanji wanted to demonstrate that before liberation, Sita is trapped within that body of Lanka. Before liberation, the false pride has to be destroyed. The false pride was represented by the opulence and the gold of Lanka. So by burning the gold, Hanumanji destroys and burns the pride. And only when pride is destroyed, the soul can be liberated. And then another very important lesson is the power of prayers. The power of prayers is very, very important. It is because of Sita's prayers that although the demigods were under the control of Ravana, it was the prayers of Sita because of which Agni Dev had to respond, and he created the cooling effect. Ravana could not believe that in Lanka, where even Agni is under my control, how can ever Agni destroy Lanka? But for the first time, he was experiencing a checkmate where Sita Devi's prayer, a Vaishnav's prayer, is more powerful than a demon's prowess. And that's what the power of prayers is all about. And then another very important lesson is a Vaishnava uses one's powers for others' seva and not for oneself. For others' seva and not for oneself. And therefore Sita was offering those prayers for Hanumanji. Otherwise Sita could have used the prayers and told Agni Dev, burn Ravan only. So therefore she was using those prayers. And in this way, finally, Hanumanji suddenly got an anxiety that I burned whole of Lanka. Sita also burned. When he jumps back and he sees Sita safe, he's happy. And then Sita tells Hanumanji, you please return back and give the message. So Hanumanji comes back. And when the monkey soldiers see him, they are in anxiety. And Hanumanji knows, if I tell them Sita is found, then they may think, Sita what? Found, not found. Or if he says, I what? Found or not found? So they wanted to hear found. So Hanumanji says to them, found Sita I. First he uses the word found, so that they get the hope that Sita is found. So this whole thing took 5 days, and then it took further 12 days for the army to go to the bank of the ocean. So almost 17 days were spent, only 13 days more were remaining from Dhanushkoti to make the bridge and come to Lanka and attack Ravana. The bridge was built in 5 days. So in this way, in last 1 week, the entire operation happened, as a result of which Sita Devi was rescued, Ravana was destroyed, and Lord Ram demonstrated that he is always available to rescue all of us when we reach out to him through the medium of the Guru, Hanumanji, and the Vaishnavas, the Vanara Sena. They are empowered to deliver us. Take our feelings to the Lord and gives Lord Ram's message to us. And thus we pray at the lotus feet of Sri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanumanji to always bestow their choicest blessings upon us, so that we can maintain our consciousness of being the servant of the servant of the servant. I'm very grateful to the ISKCON of Seattle for hosting me. I had a 1-hour darshan yesterday with Harivilas Maharaj, and conveyed my prayers for his speedy recovery. And I'm extremely impressed with his leadership and with the leadership team of ISKCON of Seattle, which is taking the Krishna consciousness progress to newer heights, newer projects, and more wonderful devotees getting connected. And that was Srila Prabhupada's dream, that we become instruments in the service of the Lord and his devotees. Thank you all very much. And I'll end today with a 5-minute kirtan, because it's 5 minutes to 9:30. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Then we can take a group photo also after that. You can announce.
So after the kirtan, please stay back. We will take a group photo with His Grace Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Naam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री राधा नील माधव भगवान की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की, श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की, श्री गौर निताय की. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की.
Hare Krishna. So, His Grace Gauranga Prabhu started visiting US almost 19 years ago, and next year it's going to be a milestone. It will be 20 glorious years of he coming and visiting US and enlightening all of us. So big Hari Bol for, so next year it's going to be a huge celebration. So so as I said, he has been visiting Seattle from 2005. Just a brief of the what all the seminars and topics that he has taken here from 2017. 5 potent forms of devotional service. 2018 overview of 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. 2019 Sarnagati. 21-20 we didn't have because of COVID. 2022 Jagannath Leela. 2023 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, and this year it was Sri Ram Katha. And we were just, he only touched the tip of the iceberg, like we only covered part of the Sundarakand, but we were so grateful that the Hanuman's journey to discover Sita, and then the realization how Hanuman serves in spite of all his difficulties and challenges, and Prabhu has enlightened all of us. So let's appreciate and express our gratitude by loudly chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! No. Which one? Yeah. So Amritan Prabhu saying the 2005 was overcoming the fault finding. So maybe we'll list out next year. We'll list at his house. Jai. So we'll take a group photo. Prabhu has to leave tomorrow morning, very early morning. So let's quickly assemble here. Mataji is on Prabhupada's side, and Prabhuji is on the Vyasasan side. Please quickly assemble. Maybe I can request Gauranga Chandra Prabhu, Krishnamuli Prabhu, Devnath Hari Prabhu, please coordinate among the Matajis. Devi Radhika Mataji, Sakhi Priya Mataji, Prem Chandrika Mataji. Please help mobilize all the Matajis. Please.
No, you go, Prabhu. No, go, Prabhu. We have a lot of photos.